Time for German at the Polyglot Show. Come on in, welcome. Let's get this German thing done and out of the way today on the Polyglot Show. We're going to do some music today, some singing here. So come on in. I'm going to show you how easy it is to learn using some music. So that'll be what we'll do today. Some songs. But you know me, I like the classical stuff with Bach. And so on today's Polyglot German show. Come on in, share. Talk some German. Talk some German. Quit the French word. Stop that French. Get some German in there. Okay, let's get going. I am welcome. So, what I'm going to do today is we're going to stop pushing more into the German language. So my dachshund can sit down there and be quiet. I've been doing that dachshund for days right here. It's been funny. But let us go and start learning a few more, phrases, like things that have to do with the show and stuff like that. So let's get into the translator here. And let's get into this here. And let's get going here. So I guess what we'll want to do, let me switch this over. And what we'll want to do is to set up some welcoming text. So we'll do welcome. So I'm sure that's what it is, but welcome to our show. That's not relevant to our show, thank you. Willkommen zu unserer Show, it says. Hey, let's hear how it sounds like. I need that.
Willkommen zu unserer Show.
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 Unserer.
Willkommen zu unserer Show.
Zu unserer Show.
Willkommen zu unserer Show.
Willkommen zu unserer Show. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to take some translations and I'm going to paste them into a notepad here so that we can make some type of a reminding script. And it's not that like we're trying to memorize these. That's not the point. The point is to remind ourselves of what we should be expressing on every show that we put on. So it's German, polyglot, I would say, I guess a script. We'll put it in as a script, show script. And that just reminds me before I do the show, like it'll remind me what we're up to in terms of doing the German. So it's willkommen zu unserer Show. That's the way I would say it now at this point. So what other things can we say? Welcome to our show. Today we have another exciting learning experience prepared for you. Okay, and this is Heute Abend wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung, Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet. Is my guess. Let's hear someone sensible say that. Okay. Let's. I'm just trying to get this right. Okay.
Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
That's not fair. You spin it all together.
Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet. Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
Heute.
Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
So it's heute haben wir eine weitere spannende.
Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet. EI is the I.
Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
Vorbereitet. Vorbereitet. This seems to be the learning, probably experience. Lernerfahrung is probably learning experience. Let's just break this down. Let me first get everything together. And we'll put it in our script here. And then what we'll do is we'll break this down. Let's just copy this too, just to have it to make sure we don't miss words that we wanted to use. So let me just put that over here too. Okay, and so now what we want to do is break this down word by word. We copy that so we'll be able to just bring it back. Today is Herte. Heute. That's what I said. Heute. Learn to pronounce. Well, we'll press on that and see. Heute. Make it slow. So these are new things that Google. You see what Google does here? They got some new stuff. Heute. Oh, this is great resources, guys and girls. They doing this slow mo the way you should be. Oh, hey. Now we're talking, right? Heute. Heute. That means today. In Spanish, we say hoy. So we already got, if you know Spanish, that's what I keep telling my Spanish brothers and sisters. Hello, hola, despierten. Okay, wake up. You guys can learn new language. You can talk German. Come on now, get excited. Ooh. You see, because there's similarities. It's just nice, happy similarities. It makes learning other languages great. You know, oi, oite. That's all, just oite. You're just gonna talk German. Go run to your mother right now and just say oite. And she'll say, "What the hell are you talking about?" I say, "Wait, I'm speaking German, Ma. I'm speaking German. Deutsch. I'm speaking Deutsch." That's what you gotta tell her. She'll freak the hell out. I'm telling you. Heute. Oh, yeah, baby. Heute. Come on now. You gotta celebrate with me now. Heute. Now, what we gotta do, let me get this thing back here to there. Of course, it resets today. Let's go today. And English detected too. Let me get the German here. Now, come on now. Come on. There's no excuse. None of you got any excuse. You don't have an excuse. So here we have, let's see, we get See, this says learn to pronounce. Now I want to open this in a new tab so we can preserve it. We can preserve it for future references. Okay, so here we got heute. We can have it in slow.
Heute.
Heute. Heute. Okay, heute. Heute. Very good. Hey, listen, this is nice. Okay, today, and what's the next word? Heute. We have, I'm sure that's haben. Haben, because it's like having, it's like having. So it's like having. So I'm gonna say today we have, and we have in the wheel. So it's like we have haben wir. So it's having. I'm sure that the wir is we. Take that out, and you see. So have is having. That's all. It's almost the same thing like in English. So this would be another English word that comes from German, or at least that shares the same origin with German, doesn't it? Have, haben, haben. Where did we get have from? Haben, haben, you haben, I haven't. And then we say have. Okay, I want to make a new language, English. So we have. Okay, so this is how it works, folks. Listen, and then today we have. Sorry about that. I'm getting too excited. I'm writing German for English. Lord have mercy, boy. Okay, heute haben wir. Now, in the German, you see also, though they do reverse it. Today we have hoy, nosotros tenemos. In Spanish, also, it would be reversed as well. They would also do the same thing. No, in Spanish, we say it the same way as in English in terms of the order. Hoy nosotros tenemos. We can also say que hoy tendremos nosotros, or we will have, though that's a little difference. But hoy tenemos nosotros. So in Spanish, it is also written or expressed in the same manner as in German in terms of it being reversed. The wir, that is we, is set after the haben, which is have. So in the German, it's like saying today have we, is what they said. So that's what they're saying literally, and that's not the way it's said, not the way we say or express it. So let's continue, because as we go on, things may change. Today we have another noch einen, which is not in the original translation, right? But because this is what all that is being said and not the other stuff, that's the way it's being rendered. So when we put the other stuff, the nach may be taken out. The einen, it should be another just by itself. So we will check that out for a moment. Ein weiteren. So where did the not come from? So let me go over here and put in. Let me go back. Alrighty. So today we have another. I'm going to put exciting just to have it copy. Let's do. Get that back here. Today we have another exciting. How haben wir noch? So this stays here. Einen exciting is spannenden.
Heute haben wir noch einen spannenden.
Heute haben wir noch einen spannenden. An exciting learning, which should be the learn for her. Learn for her. Let me get all of this back here. Let me get this back in here. Okay, today we have another exciting learning. And here we have learning. So the learning is learning, you see. Um, this has changed a bit now that we put in the learning, and now we don't have the knock anymore. You see, knock. So it's es heute haben wir ein weiteres spannendes learning through Führer, learning experience, learning Förderung. That's the experience, Förderung. Now, if I put experience alone, will we have the Förderung? Is the question. Erfahrung. So if it's alone, it's Erfahrung. The learning takes away the Erfahrung, the air from the Förderung. Let's hear this.
Erfahrung.
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 Erfahrung, experience. Do you have Erfahrung? Do you have experience? Do you haben? Hast du Erfahrung? Hast du Erfahrung? Do you have? Do you have asked? Do you? This has to be. It has to be the haben, but it's do you have, or has do you. Has do together is the do you have. Do you have? So it is do. Now let's see what you is alone, which is should be do. You do at first, and you is alone is it's now it changes because it's alone. So this changes depending on in what tense it's being used. See, it means you do, as you see here in the list below. You can say sit, or do. But I'm sure that when it's with uses of other words, which is more a complicated study, which we'll look into later. But at least for now, we can see that they use do as within like the sentences when it's being used. Do you, as in I'll do you have asked do. See how it completely just changes. Which is has do. So we're going to have to find the reasons for these changes. That's what we're going to find later on. Do you have experience? Hast du Erfahrung? And then if it's a learning experience, it's a learning Erfahrung. So it's the Erfahrung, learning Erfahrung. See? Learning experience, Erfahrung. Erfahrung. Okay, very nice. So we're learning something these days. Now, prepared. So let's see what the prepared is. Prepared, bereit. So this was the vorbereiten, right? That was at the end for you. Again, because it is prepared for you, it changes the way it is translated. How it's put into the phrase. So, für dich vorbereit, for dich. Obviously, it's for you, vorbereitet. So the vorbereit. Let's get that right. Let's get that right.
Für dich vorbereitet.
Vorbereitet. For dich vorbereitet. Prepared for you is for dich vorbereitet. So let's take the whole thing, copy now, and put it in this. It's not going to say for dich. So let's see what it says. See? Now, before it said for dich, right? For you prepared. But now it says for C, which we know also that this C here means you as well. So it's changed because I believe about everything else the way it's being said, or the way everything comes together. Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernfrage für Sie vorbereitet.
Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
Für Sie vorbereitet. Heute haben wir eine weitere, ist das weitere?
Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende. Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
Für Sie vorbereitet. Für Sie vorbereitet.
Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet. Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
Heute haben wir eine weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie vorbereitet.
So we got all the meanings of this, why it's in this particular configuration as opposed with the words or the phrase within its various formations is the mystery here for us to look at in future as we get along. I'm sure we'll find that. All right, so today we have another exciting learning experience prepared for you. And so, and then I'll say, speaking German can be, I didn't say can be, I said is fun. It is fun. Durchsprachen macht's, I don't know what that letter is. See, that's why I like to do it this way, because then you see this. What is that?
Deutsch sprechen macht Spaß.
Macht Spaß. Spaß. This has to have an R sound to it. That's what I'm thinking. My goodness. Let's put this as, is this German? I don't know why. It's set. Spaß. It's probably, let me look up now, that letter in the German, and put, no, German, I don't have it in the, let me get this back here. Where are we? I don't see why it collapses. That was in here. Yeah, why does it do that? Let's see if we can get this going here. German. They even explain this. It's a pronunciation. What's that weird? It says a weird S. So let's see what the Google teaches us. The letter whatever, also known as sharp S. It's a sharp S. It's German as Z or scharfes S. is a letter in the German alphabet. It's the only German letter. See, it has to be a problem. I'm telling you, these things are problematic. It's an only German letter that is not part of the basic Latin alphabet. The letter is pronounced S, like the S in C. The character is not used in any other languages. You see, so that's what the thing is. You see, it had to be something weird. It had to be something weird. They just couldn't use an S. They could not use the S, and we have so much things with the S's in German, right? I'm not gonna talk now. Don't get me talking. Is that S the same as the SS? The letter whatever is called SZ, literally meaning SZ. However, when the letter is not available, when a word is in all caps, SZ is almost always substituted by the digraph SS rather than SZ. Like, for example, in Strauss. And you know that the Strauss has that Z sound rather than writing it the way it is. Or Strauss. I was thinking about Strauss, but this is, I have no idea what this is. Okay, truthfully. So basically, it's an SZ sound. It's a sharp S, and it doesn't exist in any other language. So the Germans have exclusive bragging rights on this character. This absolutely German. SZ. SZ, and it's an SZ sound. So isn't it supposed to be spas? Now you notice that you don't hear it. I don't hear it when they're speaking this.
Deutsch sprechen macht Spaß.
See, she swallows that ending. I would be so what do you call it, self-conscious to make sure that I pronounce that. Make sure I do know the SC.
Deutsch sprechen macht Spaß.
Sprechen is speaking. German speaking, or in English we say speaking German, but in German it's German speaking macht, and that means is, macht, macht. Okay, and
Macht.
macht,
Macht.
macht,
Macht.
macht. And so it is presently, but basically what it is, this is, it is fun. Spaß. Let me just put fun here to see if it gives us just the, speaking German is fun. Let me just copy this into our script here. Paste. And let's just have the fun here. Let's see how that goes. Spa, so it does do it.
Spaß. 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 Spaß.
So it's there.
Spaß.
Spaz, but it's definitely,
Spaß.
yeah, it's definitely strong on the Z sound, and the S is just slight.
Spaß.
Spaz,
Spaß.
spaz, spaz. It's like almost like like you're the Godfather. It's Vito. Let's have some spaz. It's like that. You gotta have spaz. Capiche. So it's that type of thing. Du sprechen macht Spaß. Spaß. Like that Spaß. Yeah, Spaß. You know what I mean? You have to have that feeling, that gesture in there. Okay, so willkommen zu unserer Show. Heute Abend will einen weitere spannende Lernerfahrung für Sie wohlbereit durch Sprache macht Spaß. So that's me, my dramatic. What is that guy? That guy, the director, Cecil or whatever, the mill. That my Oscar is coming. That's my moment. Du sprechen macht Spaß. Yes. Okay, and so we have that. Okay, so that's a good finish. How about the ending of our show? So it's going to be heute. Oh, that's all for today. Uh, that's all for today. And so das ist alles für heute. Okay, that's it. That's it, folks. That's it. So, Bugs Bunny would say Das ist. That's what these kids in Germany grew up. Bugs Bunny, right? That's all. That's all, folks. So then the in Germany das ist. Das ist. Okay. So that's all for today. That's das ist alles für heute.
Das ist alles für heute. Das ist alles für heute.
And that's it. Das ist alles für.
Das ist alles für heute.
That's all. Alles.
Das ist alles für heute.
Das ist alles für heute. That's all for today. And I'll look for folks too, right? We might as well have folks. Folks. All right, that's because the folks is English, folks. No, they have it could come from volks, right? It's people. That would be the English version of volks, no, wouldn't it? But here it says das ist alles für die heutigen Leute. That's why they have all of this for. Why do they have all this? Now, if I put folks alone, I'll laugh if it gives me volks. Let's go. And no, it doesn't. It gives you Leute. Leute. Which means folks there. The Alten is older folks. But the Leute is people, folks, and folk. Why don't they use volks? Where how does volks fit into anything? Let's see, volks. Because I know volks is Latin. Sorry. Volks is German. Volks. Because that's what the Volkswagen means. The wagon is car. It's the people's car. So I'm just wondering, why don't they use Volks? Volks. Well, why don't they say, that's a good question, why don't they say Volks as people? That's it for today, Volks. Maybe this doesn't sound right at the end of the sentence like that. Okay, so that's all for today, folks. Das ist alles für die heutigen Leute.
Das ist alles für die heutigen Leute.
Leute. Das ist alles für die heutigen Leute. But this heutigen Leute. Heutigen Leute. Das ist alles für die heutigen Leute. That's it. And we'll trample on that later on today on the Polyglot Show. Ending. And we'll just put that in. Das ist alles für die heutigen Leute. That's all for today, folks. Join us next week for another exciting German language show. Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für einen weitere aufregende deutsche Sprachschule. Oh my goodness, Joe. This is a mess.
Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine weitere aufregende deutschsprachige Show.
Deutschsprachiges.
Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine weitere aufregende deutschsprachige Show. Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine weitere aufregende deutschsprachige Show.
Join us next week, right? For another exciting, why don't we put another learning experience für eine weitere Lernerfahrung in deutscher Sprache. Besuche Sie.
Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine Besuchen Sie uns
Besuchen.
Besuchen Sie uns
Besuchen. So they don't say the C there.
Besuchen Sie uns
Besuchen Sie uns nachts.
Besuchen Sie uns nächste
Besuchen Sie uns nächste
Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für
Woche.
Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine weitere
Woche. So that WOCHE is just Woche. Besuchen Sie uns nach der Woche für einen weiteren.
Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine weitere Lernerfahrung.
Eine weitere.
Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche.
Nächste. Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine weitere Lernerfahrung in deutscher Sprache.
Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine weitere Lernerfahrung in deutscher Sprache.
Ja, in deutscher Sprache.
Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine weitere Lernerfahrung in deutscher Sprache.
In Sprache. Deutsche Sprache. Besuchen Sie uns nächste
Besuchen Sie uns
nächste Woche für eine weitere Lernerfahrung in deutscher Sprache. So we'll copy that also here. So at least this gives us a little challenge for the beginning and endings. That'll be what we're pushing for now. And I'll say good night. Good night. There's something knocked. Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht. And that will be the way we end. You guys need to learn this. If not, you don't know when I'm ending the show. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Okay. All right, folks. So we did a little bit of this show introduction, and we did the show finale, if you will. I'm going to do some music now. We're going into some Bach, and we're going to look for some libretti, the text of a piece of, and by the way, the piece that we're going to play is Creative Commons for all you publishers out there or platforms. This is not. It is open music. It's open public domain music, and in fact, the ones who performed it released it to the public domain. Saints, they're saints. Okay, so it is perfectly allowable and legal for me to play this through this program, because it is a public domain. Um, so let us go and get some libretti here, uh, and um, and let's do some of that. Ich, okay, ich habe, and what we want to do is we want to. This is also from Open Culture, all about for free, which is available wonderfully. And what we want to do is we just want to get some of the words. This is for some reason it's opened up to the Chinese then. I don't know why. What we're looking for is the wording for uh, the Bach piece, and that's what we're looking for. Okay. So this is for BWV 82. Ich habe genug. And what we're going to do is look for that word, genug, genug, so that we know what it is that the guy is singing. Enough. Ich
Genug.
genug. Okay. Now wind this together. Let's put this thing together. Ich. Let me blow that up for you guys there. Ich habe genug. I have enough.
Ich habe genug.
Ich habe genug. So this is I have. Ich is I then. Ich habe genug. I have enough. I have enough. So ich habe genug. Let's put these guys together here. This is this, right? Yeah. Ich habe genug. And then we have that. Ich habe genug. I have enough. So let's give a listen to this. Like you guys weren't seeing that. So let's go over there and get. I don't know how well this. Usually the YouTube doesn't play, but you hear the sound and enjoy with me, won't you? Please enjoy this with me. First, we'll have obviously the song. It'll start. And I'll play just a little bit because what we want to do is learn the German. Okay, so here it begins. Hey Hans, of course my pronunciation is bad. The whole premise of this is learning. It's not to be perfect. I'm not perfect. And no one starting to learn is perfect. Doesn't matter. The matter is to get up your butt and start learning. The only way you get perfect by doing. This is too much. You know. If I started to play the piccolo, the flute, I would also be bad. The pronunciation. You know. Ich haben genug. You hear it, right? So, like I said, I'm sorry we have to interrupt because we can't just keep going on. Oh no, what the hell's going on? Okay, so it says I have now enough. Ich haben genug. I have, and then he begins to say that I have now my Savior, the hope of the faithful. So let's listen for that. Because in the music you'll hear the repetition. So and if he goes on, I'll catch it and just bring it back. Okay, so let's go and get the libretti here. I have now my Savior, the hope of the faithful. And let's get that into the translate. Ik habe jetzt meinen Retter, die Hoffnung der Gläubigen. Let's hear that.
I have now, my Savior, the hope of the faithful.
I know that. I want the German.
Ich habe jetzt meinen Retter, die Hoffnung der Gläubigen.
Like there, right? So when they're singing, remember they're singing, so you're going to get a lot of emphasis on the vowels when they're singing. So, but don't don't concentrate too much on like hearing the R, the reta. It would be eta, meine eta, and but you need to hear that Glaubigen, right? The Hoffnung del Glaubigen. So again, we're listening for the. Bring it back. Ich habe genug. Ich habe genug. Okay, so let's go back again. So it's all into meine die Hoffnung der Gläubigen. Okay, we'll do the same with this again. See if it gives me that. It does. Ich habe again. Oh, okay, so all of this is meine once much rule mal jets eingeschlossen. Okay, so you see he is running through this as he's singing. So
I have now enough. I have now enough. Ich habe jetzt genug. Ich habe jetzt meinen Retter, die Hoffnung der Gläubigen, in meiner Wunsch-Umarmung jetzt eingeschlossen. Ich habe jetzt genug.
All right, so that's what he's singing. So he's going through. He repeats this twice. Okay, and then you start. It sounds like it's another repetition, but again, he doesn't go to Genug. He's going into the meinen et dir Hoffnung. Now, this is what I want to hear. It's not easy, at least for me, for my ears, yet to pick this up. So I'm happy. So let's hear this again. First time. Ich habe genug. Second time. Genug. He repeats the Genug. So he repeats again, genug, and again enough, that I have enough. So he makes a quick repetition there, fits it in to the melody. That's what Bach did. Okay. Alrighty. And then we have. Mhm. So we're at 138. We'll go back around 120 here and catch him going to the next one. Okay, okay, and so you see, it's because of the way the Germans pronounce. So you see the ich haben ein, and he says that ein and the new, and so just bring it just slightly back. I want to see if where is he stopping at the libretti at, and what I. Brahman, he's saying. Sounds like that. Yeah. What I'm missing here that would help immensely is to get the music, the sheet music. So let me do a quick search for this BWV82 sheet music so that I can see, because I can see that in the sheet music what it's doing. So let's go and get sheet music. And so we have the sheet music, what they're selling, but I want it online. I want it online. So let's see if we can get it here. Let's see what other resources there are. These are recordings, MIDI, I don't want that. Visual scores, they have that. I have enough. This is the, do we have the score available? These are the cantatas here, wonderful resources. Let's see. These are scores. They got the complete score. That's wonderful. Okay, now we're talking about. They have it. These again are Amazon results, and we need an open resource. I want open domain, public domain. It has to be a resource. We'll probably have to look for images. Excuse me. Images. Sheet Music Plus. See if they have it available. We can see it. I know everybody wants to make the money on Amazon. I understand, but for education, we need access. Educazione. Learning for the learner through. Hey, where was that? Learner Frahron. We need it for the learner Frahron. My. Free sheet music. Hey, you're singing my song now. Bach is delighted. He made his fish for the year ready. Let the people have my music, darn it. Doomkopf, give them my music. Man. Okay, download PDF. Let's view it though, right? Can we view right here? Okay, they put the PDF right in there. And, now you're in trouble, boy. Now you're in trouble. Come on, let's get, we're good. We are good to go. So let me zoom that up here. So here we can see what I should do is just get the download, and that'll open up in the new browser. When hopefully, yeah, I want to open with. Let me open in the browser so you can get it to. Which browser is this? Is it Firefox? Should be. Let me try to get that open. Okay, boys and girls, we're happy. We're happy campers right now. We are happy campers. Okay, so um, and this is essential because again, between the music, his expressiveness, and of course our unfamiliarity with the language, we're missing the in the nuance what he when he's saying what. So here you see as the music comes along, right? He says ich habe genug, genug repeats the genug. Ich habe genug. You see that? Ich habe. Now he said then Highland das off Fender. That's not in. That was not in the text that we were reading. That's where I was messing up with me here because I didn't see that in the text. I'm being careful which ones I delete here because they did not provide what they needed. Okay, so and the for the resource, and we'll leave that. We'll leave that there for further study later. Okay, so we have this now in here. We don't have that. At least the translation, and let me make that correction too. At least the translation that we had um, between this or whatever I was looking at, it just didn't provide. Yeah, the translation I was looking at by the Google translator that I get here. This guy wasn't translating it. He's translating this way, but when we did our language before, even with the opening and closing show wording verbiage, there's some inconsistency in which words are actually being used or how they're being used. So that this is not surprising. So that's why it's good always, and generally, it's a good musical practice to always refer to the score so that you can see actually what is being voiced, what is being said. So, what we need to do is then we need to look for what these words mean. Let me see if this contraption works in the PDF. Let's see. I can't get it because the PDF is what it is. Okay, so we'll need to go into our. Let me just write this out here on the notepad, and so it's then Highland das offended, and then frommen, right? Because he says that frommen auf auf mene of mene bege bega region. And that should be one word. So let's feed this into Google Translate. See what we come up with here. Copy. And we're gonna go nice and slow on these guys. So we'll pick up the German slow, but we'll pick it up. It don't matter quick or slow. We gotta just pick up something. All right. So let's get to where are you? Where are you here? There you go. This is you. So now we're going to switch this and we're going to paste in our German text. Now you see that he could be midstream, but it doesn't look like the translation is correct. But in any case, let's just go with what we have. I'll make other uh, further research to verify what it is that is they are saying to get everything straight. It's probably the libretti that we have already printed out that we see. It's probably those are the exact words. But again, someone else already did it. But we have to make sure of that what we are seeing is actually what is the translation. So here is then Highland. Let's just get this one word at a time. Then is the okay. So it's the Highland is what I want to know what that is. Highland. And let's get that. Ah, that's interesting. Highland. Highland. This is the Savior. Interesting. The Savior. Then Highland. Speak and see. And God spiel. Then Highland. then Highland. Then Highland, and then the next big word is offender. It'll be interesting if this is sinner or something. Waiting, amazing. Waiting. Then as I said, thus waiting from him. Let's see the from him. Waiting for the pious. Of, probably auf is of or on. Amazing, on. Waiting for the promise, the pious on. Minen, which probably means mine, right? That's my guess. I'm guessing as we go along. Mine, my, right on that, boy. Mine Gierig, Giergen, Geirigien. Violate, waiting on my violate. Wait a minute, did I do that right? Okay, Geirigen. Violate?
Geierigen.
Geierigen. So the whole thing, so that's ends in Geierigen, which is the violate, but it doesn't end. It doesn't end with that here. You notice that? Let me see something here. To save. Probably it's translating it to save. Right. So it's translating to save because at the end it talks about the violate, but it's referring to the sinner, right? So the winner that's it's the then Highland does the Savior does who waits from and who's the Fromen again? The Fromen. Let's get the Fromen. Oh, the pious. Auf meine Gerigen. The Savior who waits, who the pious wait. And the Auf again was on, who the pious wait on for my violation, for my sin. So I guess in English, what they're doing is translated in English that the to save or the save, the save, the Savior who hopes, who the pious are hoping on and waiting on. They're waiting, so it's a hope. Um, for them to be saved, to save. So I have enough to be for if in terms of the Savior saving me, and my hopes of the pious to be saved. It's basically saying that Jesus Christ is the hope of them who will be saved, and those are then the pious. Okay, so we're dealing with this nice and slow, and we're going to just take it slowly. It's a lot to do in here, and there's a lot of music that we're looking at. So we've gone on for over the hour, which we usually want to limit it for hours. So we take it in. These are big chunks here, so we gotta have some time to chew and digest. So that's what I suggest that we do. I'm going to chew and digest dinner in a minute. So I'm going to do that. So, das ist alles für die heutigen Leute. Besuchen Sie uns nächste Woche für eine weitere Lernerfahrung in deutscher Sprache. Gute Nacht. And my dachshund.